What's going on, melon farmers? D-Mac back with another little video where I was talking to a buddy of mine, and a buddy of mine was like, you know, if you had to, like, because I know when you make yourself in these games, everybody always makes themselves like elite or franchise and stuff like that. So you're gonna make yourself a superstar because that's part of the fun, right? It's like you live your dream to be in the NHL through these games, and it's a lot of fun. But he was like, if you had to create yourself honestly in comparison to like an actual NHL player, like if you were to go look at like Connor McDavid, look at his attributes and be like, where would you rank in those? It's like, wow, that'd be really difficult to do. But myself, it's like I'm a big dude. I've always been pretty naturally athletic, but it's like in comparison to NHL players, I am nobody, right? So I thought it could be fun to actually go to the creation zone and attempt to create myself honestly where I think I would probably be in the National Hockey League. So I'm very quickly going to do up this info just to put like Darren McDonald and stuff, and I will see you guys in a, well, yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment because this will take a minute. All right, so I got the name and stuff. All the stuff at the bottom, I got that all done. So when I played hockey, I was always a right winger. I would probably consider myself like a power forward. And most of that is because of my size, right? So my jersey number obviously is 26, undrafted, no salary. You know, handedness is right. I am right-handedness in hockey. I am 6'4", and I'm gonna make myself at what I consider to be my peak athleticism, which was you know, a couple of years back now. But I would make myself at like my peak athleticism. I was around 225 pounds, 6'4". So yeah, that's about my size. Right-handedness, 6'4", 225 pound, right wing. I would say power forward. So I'm not really gonna worry about the appearance right now. I'm just gonna worry about the attributes, and we're gonna go from there. Honestly, I would say that potential, in comparison to professional hockey players, that potential range is probably pretty accurate. It's like I would have a low chance of becoming an AHL fourth liner. And anybody who like plays these games that's like, man, I could make the NHL. It's like, shut up. You'd be there if you could. Anyway, so one of my things, even though I am a really like, I'm a Yeti, I'm a monster, right? I'm 6'4", 220. Well, now I'm like 235, but back then I was 225, and I was like lean as hell. For 225, I was like really in shape, and that was just a few years ago. I got like crazy into fitness, and now I'm just a lazy slob that likes ice cream. So my speed at that time, in comparison to any other NHL player, I would say my speed was probably about 80. Like, I was really fast, especially for my size. Body checking, I mean, I would put that somewhere around like a 75, you know. My endurance, that is one of my strong points, so I'd put that at like a 78. Puck control's a big weakness for me. I'd put that at like 68. My passing, maybe a little bit better. You know, I did always have a relatively hard shot. The thing is, in comparison to an NHL player, it's awful. Accuracy is a big problem, right? So shot power, well, my slap shot was always better than my wrist shot. My wrist shot was kind of a muffin, so that I'll put at like 68. And wrist shot accuracy would be like quite a bit better than slap shot accuracy. So slap shot accuracy is hilariously bad, right? It's terrible. You would knock that down a little bit more. My wrist shot accuracy is not terrible. I'd put it at like a 65 at my... This is like, I'm not making myself look great here. Agility, that always was a strong point for me. I'd put that at like a 74, you know? Even though I'm a big dude, it's like I can do... Well, I could anyway. I don't know anymore. But I could do like a standing backflip, and like, you know, I was playing basketball, doing 1v1, shooting hoops with like a 16-year-old athletic kid, and it's like he can't keep up with me because I'm like agile and I move around really well. Strength, I'm a big dude, and I've worked manual labor my entire damn life. It's like, I would honestly say I am pretty damn strong. Accelerometer, that would be one that, like, in comparison to my speed, my acceleration would be really bad. I'm not explosive at all, so I'd put that at like a 73. Balance is not great. I'd leave that right where it is. Face-offs, I'd probably be an absolute joke on the face-off. Durability, that one's got to go way up. That one's like, I'd put it like 85, man. I am definitely a play through the pain kind of person. I don't miss games. I don't miss days. Even when I am injured, it's like when I was playing hockey back in the day, if you're hurt, it's like, you know what? No, we're not missing this game. Deking, that'd be a rough one. That'd be around 59. Aggressiveness, 65. I'm not an overly aggressive person. Poise, for anyone who has watched a ton of my videos and stuff, you know, I do get angry pretty easily. So I'd put that at like a 60. I tend to have a bit of a temper sometimes. So I'm not like horrible. But in comparison to NHL players where you have to have so much discipline, right? It's like that would be a weakness for me. I would get a bit of a temper and I'd probably lose my cool a little bit. Hand-eye. I have pretty good hand-eye, not like an NHL player, but I'd give myself like a 69. If it were possible, right? Shot blocking. That one I'd put at like a 76. I'm not afraid of nothing. I'll get in front of a puck. I don't care. Offensive awareness. I would say I'm not amazing at knowing what to do offensively, right? So that I would leave at like a 66. I'm a lot better at figuring out where I would need to be like defensively. So really, I would put it at my defensive awareness is better than my offensive awareness, but I never excelled as a defenseman. I mean, because of my size, I was put on D, but I never really stayed there, you know? But so I always ended up playing the wing. I've always looked more to the defensive side of the game more than the offensive side of the game, because offensively, I always did kind of struggle, you know? Even when I was like a kid, right? It's like it's so easy to score goals when you're a little kid because no one is really like elite, right? But it was like still, I always struggled to put the puck in the net. But I was always fine back checking. I was always fine getting back in time. Discipline. I mean, when I played hockey when I was a kid, I actually won in my town. I won the most sportsmanlike player trophy. So discipline, I would say, is probably pretty decent. I put it at like an 80. On the ice, I was never dirty or anything. I never even really, even through my size, I never really threw a ton of hits or anything, even when contact became a part of it, right? But yeah, I won the hell did I just say? Most sportsmanlike player award in my town, I think twice when I was a kid. I think they felt bad for me because I just didn't win any other trophies. Like they, you know, fighting skill. I think my size and strength is going to have a big effect on that. I got a great reach, right? So if I was to fight, I've never fought, you know, but I know that I'm a pretty strong person, and I know I got a lot of reach on a lot of people. So I think that would be a huge advantage. But then, you know what, you got to put it back down because I do have poor balance in the grand scheme of things. When it comes to me physically, I do kind of have poor balance. So I think that brings your fighting skill rank down a little bit because that is a balance game. It's all about balance when you're fighting, right? And then stick checking, that always has been a strength of mine. I would put that at like a 71, I guess. Maybe a 70, something like that. And yeah, I think those are pretty much my attributes. If I'm being 100% honest, I think this is pretty much what my attributes would be, right? So I'm going to say save player, and then we're going to go take a different look at it, like a player card look. But yeah, that makes Darren McDonald, 27 years old, 6'4", 225 pounds, potential low AHL fourth line forward. And like I said, anybody who puts themselves as like, oh, I'm a bottom six forward, it's like in the National Hockey League, it's like, I can pretty much promise you're not. I can just about promise you. It's like, you know, there's a lot of people that even like YouTubers and stuff that do NHL content that make videos where they're playing hockey and everyone's like, wow, he's pretty good at hockey. It's like, but he's not NHL good. He would never make an NHL team. Might not even make an AHL team, right? And it's like, I'm in the same boat. That's why I put the potential, I left it on low, because it's like AHL fourth line forward, but there's not a good chance I'd ever make that. Like, I would probably not ever even at peak physicality, probably could never crack an AHL roster. But this is, I don't know, honestly, this is what I kind of think of myself in terms of what my attributes would be in real life, right? So if you look at the puck skills, they are catastrophically bad. I've always lacked in puck control. Passing, I actually think I might have sold myself short a little bit on passing. I got a good eye for passing. But again, all of this you have to remember is in comparison to an NHL player. You know, in comparison to Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Alex Ovechkin, this is honestly where I think I would rank, you know, and this is at my absolute best. Puck skills and senses and shooting. It's like pretty much anything offensive would be kind of a weakness of mine, right? I've always been more adept defensively than offensively, but have always played as a forward. So I think I would be kind of a mix of a power forward and a two-way forward. I'd say power forward because I'm big, I am strong, and I'm fast for my size, you know, and that's where I think the power forward part comes in. I could drive the net, but my hockey IQ offensively would be lacking, so that would really hurt me. And I think my senses defensively would kind of make up for it a little bit. But still, as an offensive player, I would rely on my size to be able to kind of push to the net, something like that. You know, it's like, then you look at shooting, and I think I was really honest about this, right? My slap shot is pretty hard. I would give myself like 73 power. I can't do a slap shot like a damn NHL player. No. And my slap shot accuracy is absolutely catastrophic, down at a 58. And that might actually be generous towards me. But my wrist shot is not as hard as my slap shot by a fair amount, but it is significantly more accurate. My speed, it's like, you know, my speed is halfway decent. I think when I was at my best, I could run like the wind, man. But again, in comparison to an NHL player, it's like not as much, you know. But my acceleration is my big weakness, and my balance is a huge weakness. Now you get into the physical side, that is easily the highest category for me is physically, because I am so big and I am a pretty strong guy. But that's the thing. You got the NHL players, they train year-round, and they're on the ice all the time. They're lean, they're strong, they're insanely strong human beings. I'm a pretty strong guy, but that's just from working outdoors, doing manual labor, like my entire adult life. And when I was about 27 years old, that was peak physical performance. I was eating right, I was exercising all the time. You know, wake up, do a quick workout in the morning, have a protein shake kind of thing, go to work for 8 hours, come home, shoot hoops, work out again, rinse and repeat 5 days a week. That's what I did, right? So I was in really, really good shape for a couple of years there. And I was doing a lot more athletic stuff. I was playing sports a lot more, doing like street hockey and playing basketball and playing soccer and stuff like that. So it's like, that's when I think I was actually kind of at my athletic peak. And this is kind of what I think I looked like attribute-wise in real life. I kind of went long-winded there, and I apologize for that. Anyway, so if this is something that interests you guys, it's like maybe some of you guys could make a video like this. If you were to honestly, truly and honestly make yourself as an NHL player, like in the game, and if you were to be completely honest, what would yours look like? You know? Because I think this is kind of what mine would look like. It doesn't look very flattering, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like just the fact that I'm not 30 overall makes me happy, because there's a lot of attributes actually lowered in this. So anyway, that's going to do it for me today. Just thought it'd be fun to make a quick video like this. Like I said, a buddy of mine just asked me if you had to do it honestly, what would you look like after? You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, no, this is what I think I would, this is pretty much where I think I would land in real life at my peak, at my best, you know? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you haven't already, there's new videos coming all the freaking time, and I'm actually going to make another video tomorrow. It's going to be a Sergei Galiev Defenseman Be a Pro episode, because I feel bad again that I missed the Sioux Snow Year 4. I missed the Sunday. I didn't have it done in time. I'm done it now. It's coming up on Sunday, but I felt bad. Figure we'll do a quick Galiev episode tomorrow as well, so then you get more content. Anyway, Until next time, I'm going to shut up now. Until next time, as always, you beautiful melon farmers, have a good one.